Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. I hope that you're all doing good tonight. We're going to be hanging out for a couple of hours. I have a bunch of topics I want to talk about. Some I plan to cover in videos, some that are updates to situations that I've discussed, and some that I want to say that we all should have seen coming, and the creators of these projects and the people that made these decisions should have seen coming. So tonight we're going to talk about the whole Nintendo Switch Online situation. Now, this is something that a lot of people were initially very excited over. A lot of people, of course, really love Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Online, a lot of the features that they provide, like Nintendo older school Nintendo games, and now they're bringing in things like Nintendo 64 titles and Animal Crossing expansions and Sega Genesis games, and these are things a lot of people were initially really excited to hear about. But they've been facing some major backlash over the brand new expansion pack price that, you know, I'm someone who always says I understand companies need to make money. I understand that companies need to charge something for new content. I completely get that. But holy shit, did they really think that they were going to release this and not face backlash? And of course, we're talking about Nintendo here, so I'm sure there's always going to be people who are going to spend their money on these things, these online services, and these new expansions. But these prices are absolutely ridiculous, and, you know, rightfully so. They're facing backlash over it. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Y the Last Man. Now, a lot of people really love the original Y the Last Man comic series. And when we heard, I believe it was last year, that they were making this into a FX Hulu series, we all kind of knew that they were going to take everything overboard and go 10 steps too far with the messaging in it. Because obviously the plot gives in for a perfect opportunity to push a bunch of narratives and tell an extremely woke story. But it has been canceled, unsurprisingly, after only one season. And not even that. The show isn't even done yet, okay? They canceled this show before the final episodes actually air. Which is, I mean, honestly just hilarious to hear about. There's still like 3 episodes that need to air, and they didn't even finish it before announcing that they're canceling it. I want to talk about a Star Trek situation, and William Shatner and George Takai. Now, over the years, George Takai has definitely been someone who's grasped at every little chance to get attention. I talked about the Dave Chappelle situation a couple days ago, where George Takai actually went after Dave Chappelle with complete misinformation. But he decided to attack William Shatner over his space flight that he did last week. And William Shatner's responded hilariously, and said the only time he gets press is when he talks bad about me, which honestly is kind of true. Let's be honest. George Takai is someone a lot of people know, obviously, but if you're looking at William Shatner versus George Takai, there's clearly someone that's way more popular than the other, and the person who's not as popular always gets jealous of William Shatner's attention and always tries to grasp at situations to leech off of his attention. And today, Netflix actually put out a new teaser, an official teaser for Cowboy Bebop, and I've been covering the Cowboy Bebop situation a lot. I love the original Cowboy Bebop, and I was hoping that Netflix was going to do right by this new live-action series and all these great characters and story, but they released this new official teaser, and I wanted to watch some of it on stream and kind of give my thoughts on it. I'll probably be doing a video on this tomorrow, because I've got a lot of thoughts. But, yeah, those are the topics we're going to be covering tonight. Hello, everyone. Hope your evening's going well. We'll get started in a couple minutes. We'll start off with probably Nintendo. What the fuck is Y the Last Man? So Y the Last Man was a comic series, and it was actually pretty popular. It did relatively well. It's, as you can tell by the name, a series that focuses on the main character being the last man. It's a post-apocalyptic story. He's the last human male. And, well, it was... Listen, if people that wanted to create woke content were ever gonna create something that is the wokest of the woke and have it actually be good, it would have been Y the Last Man. Because it was the perfect basis to a woke story. It was the perfect basis. They definitely, if they were gonna prove to everyone that woker stories could work and could sell, this would have been the series. And it has crashed and burned. They haven't even finished the first season, and they're already canceling it, which I just think is hilarious. Obviously, there are a lot of people that put a lot of hard work and effort into the series. But, yeah, they fucked it up. Really, really badly. The Cowboy Bebop teaser is fine, except Faye's design and the acting, the cinematography is phenomenal. I have a lot of thoughts on it. I definitely see the direction they were going in with it. And I understand what they were trying to do with it, with this teaser. But I feel as though it doesn't capture Cowboy Bebop. Mainly because it seems... I would assume that this is the direction they're going in with the actual show. Okay? They're gonna be making a lot of transitions like this, doing a lot of scenes like this. And while the original Cowboy Bebop had its humorous moments, had its moments where it was very, very whimsical, I think is a good word to use here. I have seen absolutely nothing in these teasers, intros, photos that say Cowboy Bebop the way that the original was, because the original always had a very serious tone. In a lot of instances, I don't want to say always, but in a lot of instances had a serious tone. Mainly because of Spike and his character and what his character was going through and the inner turmoil he was going through. But I feel like we haven't seen that at all. And I feel like the acting is just not there. I'm not completely impressed with this teaser. Do I think it's the worst thing I've ever seen? No. But do I think that it is phenomenal? No. I've got a lot of thoughts on it. Jet just... I don't know about Jet either. I was hoping that, like, Cho as Spike was gonna work. He's a bit too old. Faye is just very bland and boring. Okay? No wine. The only saving grace of this show. We'll see. I got a lot of thoughts. It looks... how do I say this? It looks... I'm gonna be... It looks like a film student's... like a film student project. I mean, these sets do not look good. It looks low budget. Like, that is... It just... I don't know. The very ending of it, though, the shots that we see look really good. But I'm going to be talking about Cowboy Bebop closer to the end, so that'll probably be the last topic. And I have a lot of thoughts on it. The teaser looks like a low-budget fan film. I kind of get that vibe from it as well. I think that some of it, like the very end shot where they're showing off the ship, like that looks really, really good, and that does not look low budget. But we only saw it once for like 3 seconds. Still no Ed? No. It does not seem like Ed is going to be at least in this season, there was no Ed in the intro. Maybe they'll add Ed in during season 2. A lot of people are thinking that because Ed didn't get introduced until episode 9 in the original series, and there's only 10 episodes in this, and they're not following a one-for-one. Every episode is supposed to mimic the original, so a lot of people think Ed is going to be in season 2. I'm going to be honest, I don't have a good feeling about Ed at all, whatsoever. I think they're going to completely butcher Ed, which really sucks, because Ed, it's funny because the first time I watched Cowboy Bebop, I wasn't actually that big of a fan of Ed until, like, the very end of the show. I felt like when Ed was first introduced, I was really just, I wasn't loving the character, and the first time I watched Cowboy Bebop was a very long time ago, but I initially didn't like Ed that much until, like, the very end of the series, where you really see how much Ed mattered. Because Ed did matter a lot to the crew, and the way that the show panned out. And so now rewatching Cowboy Bebop, I really love Ed. And I think that it would be a giant mistake to not add Ed, but I think it would be an even larger mistake to add Ed and screw up who Ed is and what Ed means to Cowboy Bebop fans. A lot of people have said, I'd rather not see Ed in it at all. And that's kind of a rough line for me, because I would definitely shit on Netflix for not adding Ed, because Ed is a crucial part of Cowboy Bebop and the crew. But at the same time, I understand the other side of the argument, which is why should we want them to add Ed just for them to royally fuck up Ed? So yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts that we'll talk about, but we'll get into the first topic in just a minute. It is supposed to just be like a teaser, an official teaser. I truly hope that the whole show isn't this, though. That's all that I really had to talk about with it. If you have any thoughts, feel free to leave them in chat. But that's all that I really had to discuss during the stream tonight. We talked about Cowboy Bebop, Star Trek, Y: The Last Man, and Nintendo Switch Online. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in chat. I'm going to stick around for a bit longer, but I'll be talking about Cowboy Bebop in a video tomorrow. I'm personally not all that impressed with it. There are a lot of people that in the comments that are like, this looks really good. And if you think it looks good, good for you. I'm not trying to sit here telling people you can't enjoy it if you think it looks good. I personally do not think it looks that great. I can't explain why, but this is the way that this is shot. It feels like a Super Bowl commercial for a product like Pringles or Pepsi. I agree. I feel like this truly looks like, at the end of this, he's gonna fucking crack open a soda.
Hey, nut buckets! There's no payout if you shoot him in the face.
I don't know. For me, it's not that impressive. I hope, obviously, that it releases and it's great. But I guess we'll have to see. So guys, really quickly, if you're enjoying the live stream, make sure to give it a like. If you're not, give it a dislike. Please consider becoming a member of the channel via memberships or a supporter via Patreon. All of the links are in the description. Tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a supporter-only live stream. So if you're a member of the channel, a Patreon, you will get access to that live stream. We will be rating Halloween candy and Marvel movies. I feel like I've got some hot takes on Marvel movies, because, like, Thor Dark World's actually pretty decent, not gonna lie. I laughed too much at the soda comment. Listen, it does feel like a soda. It does feel like a soda advertisement, though. Like, it truly does. Did you guys watch Free Guy? So, you know in Free Guy how they have the advertisements for the MMO? That's what it feels like. It feels like an advertisement in a movie that's like memeing on some kind of like martial arts game. It's like you see this in the actual movie, and then it ends, and then it comes up with like the name. It's like Cowboy Bebop, and then it fades out to like the developers looking at it going, yeah, I mean, that's a good ad. It just is. It just seems very low budget. It just feels very, very stiff and awkward. Thank you guys for the likes. We're at 102 likes on the stream now. Awesome. Oh, 4th time's a charm. I know you want dinner, but you don't get dinner for hours. You don't. Listen, I know. It's also bad, and I've never even seen the original anime. Go and watch the original anime. It is so good. The original Cowboy Bebop, no spoilers, but the original Cowboy Bebop is very, very good. It's one of my favorite anime. It really is. I remember watching it for the first time. I was like, it's okay. But after getting to the end, because I felt like throughout it was like, it's okay. But once you get to the end and you see the story as a whole, it's really, really good. I enjoyed Free Guy. Free Guy was pretty good. Yeah, Free Guy was pretty good. Hi. I like the actress in it. She kind of looks like a younger Uma Thurman. And I think she's great. So the supporter stream only will be on another platform. No, so it will be a YouTube stream. Tomorrow in the afternoon, early afternoon, I will be putting a link. So basically, it's going to be a private, unlisted stream on YouTube that only people with the link can join on. So I will put the link on Patreon, on the community tab for memberships, like the membership-only community tab here on YouTube, and it will also be in the Discord supporter-only channel in the server. The stream will be here on YouTube, but it will be like link invite only, and then I'll share it to places where supporters and members can join. It will be at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow evening, and it'll probably be like an hour to an hour and a half. Usually that's how long supporter streams go. Little more, little less. But yeah. The original was amazing. Honestly, I wouldn't have gotten into anime if it weren't for Cowboy Bebop. Yet, honestly, for me, the original Cowboy Bebop was truly fantastic. I feel like everyone had so much chemistry. Visually, it was really great. There was that balance between humor and comedy, and then the very serious notes and tones to it. I thought that it was very fantastic. It is an anime that I would definitely recommend to people. It takes, I feel like, 2 or 3 episodes to really get into, because I feel like for the first couple of episodes, it just feels very like, oh, you're going through the motions, right? Like, it just feels like, oh, you've got these bounty hunters that are doing all these things. It doesn't feel, I don't know how to say it. It doesn't feel like a whole story. It just kind of feels like, oh, here's these individual episodes. But it's just, it becomes so good after you've met all the cast. Everyone's there. It's very good. I would definitely recommend original Cowboy Bebop if you guys have not seen it. For sure. It's on, you can buy it on YouTube, like the season 1. And it's on Funimation. And it is going on to Netflix in the next couple of days, I believe. Yes. Anyone that is a member or a Dark Titan via Patreon will get access to it. So if you're a bronze member, silver member, gold member, or if you're on Patreon, any of the tiers, any of the support counts, which of course I do appreciate, but anyone that's a supporter will get access to the stream. Cowboy Bebop has plenty of replay value in it. I've watched it at least a dozen times. I agree. I think that Cowboy Bebop truly is one of those series that once you've watched it like twice, and it's like one of those series where once you know the ending and you go back and watch it, it's so much better. Other favorite anime? I really like Seven Deadly Sins. I've actually loved Seven Deadly Sins. Akame ga Kill was a very good series. I'm kind of one of those people that like Soul Eater. I know Soul Eater, a lot of people don't like it. I was a fan. Cowboy Bebop, amazing series. And thank you, TNN, for becoming a Bronze Titan. Welcome to the Dark Titans. Much appreciated. Thank you. If you're part of the Discord server, feel free to ping me, and I will set your role, or, of course, a moderator, like Oron. And, yeah, the link will be in the Discord supporter-only channel, the community tab for members, and also on Patreon. But thank you for joining. Much appreciated. I still haven't finished Seven Deadly Sins. Seven Deadly Sins is amazing. I know that a lot of people are kind of iffy on it because it's got a lot of, like, romance. There's a lot of, like, ongoing relationships within the series, and I know some people can kind of get tired of that sometimes. I thought that overall it was a very good anime. It's one of my favorites. I really like the Seven Deadly Sins, the Seven Sins theme to it. I thought it was really good. Soul Eater's good. I like Soul Eater. I know that a lot of people are kind of iffy on it. A lot of people just kind of think like it's overhyped. I disagree. I do. Is it like the best anime I've ever seen? No. But it was like 50 episodes and it was pretty decent. I did not hate it. What other anime do I like? I don't even know. To be honest. Samurai 7's really good, yeah. I haven't watched Samurai 7 in a long time. That's one that I would rewatch for sure. Season 3 was so damn bad of what? Seven Deadly Sins? Romance? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people don't like the romancy plots, the fan service. I thought in Seven Deadly Sins it was pretty fucking funny. Okay? You have an angel and a demon. You have a fucking fairy and just a normal, immortal, then human guy. Okay? You've got a fairy and a giant. I mean, it was like the most awkward pairings and it worked so well. It really, really did. Neon Genesis, amazing. I don't think I even have to say that. Of course. Redo of Healer. Listen, I've only seen like 3/4 of Redo of Healer, okay? I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I don't know why, but I started focusing on other things. I don't know the ending. But that was something that, yeah, I started, I really liked, I got almost all the way through it, and for some reason, it fell off for me. But I do need to actually finish that, because it was really good. One Piece, I don't hate One Piece, I just could never get through One Piece. Maybe one day, I'll be able to do it. It wasn't bad. It just, I don't know. A lot of it was really good. And then it just was another series that kind of fell off for me. Like, I'd start watching it less and less. And then eventually, I was almost all the way through it. But I never had finished it. I mean, I know the whole plot. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. Redo of Healer is brutal. It was good. It was good. Coming to Netflix? What's coming to Netflix? Ghost in the Shell, really good. Guys, recommend. Do you guys? I'm gonna stream in a few. If you guys are enjoying, give the stream a like. Consider becoming a member, a Dark Titan via Patreon. Donate, all that fun stuff. Shameless show. What is one anime for you guys that you think is really amazing that is super underrated? I've been looking for underrated anime lately. And I feel like there's just so much out there that it's so hard to watch all of it. It is. It's so hard to watch all of it. There was one series that I started that I really, really liked. Oh, I don't remember the name of it. I have it in my... It was one... I hate shows that have weekly releases, and it was one of the series that did have a weekly release. And that, for me, I can't do it. I start shows, and then I watch like 2 or 3 episodes, and then I just wait until it's done. It was about Odin was in this younger girl's body, okay? And there's this boy that Odin, the little girl, was trying to help get his crush to like him, but the earth was going to be destroyed in like 3 days. And if they fell in love, the Earth wouldn't be destroyed. I don't remember the name of it. But that shit was funny. I believe it was... I don't remember what service it was on, actually. Ooh, lots of suggestions. I'm gonna look up a couple really quickly. Made in Abyss. Ooh. I do not know what this is, but it looks very, very cutesy. I really like the character designs. Ooh. I'll have to look into that. Oh, I'm not playing music, by the way. I should play some music for the last couple minutes before we end. Black Lagoon, very good. Orphan? I'm guessing that's how you say it. Oh, I've heard about this one before. I've never actually seen it, but I've heard of it before. Because I'm gonna be honest, it was one I scrolled past. Sports anime? Listen, I do not like sports. I do not like sports in real life that much. I do not like watching shows about sports. I do not like watching anime about sports. There's a lot of anime out there that's like basketball, and I can't do it. I'm so sorry. Just me and sports, we're not made for each other. Made in Abyss will warm your heart. It does look pretty cutesy. High Score Girl was good as well. I liked High Score Girl. That was very good. Lots of good suggestions, though. I've been meaning to rewatch series lately that I haven't gotten around to. But a lot of pretty decent suggestions. I really like series, as I'm sure you guys can tell, that are focused on multiple characters, like Seven Deadly Sins. Like, there was a bunch of characters. Obviously, there was like one or two main characters that the story primarily follows, but I really like the multiple character animes. I have another one that I'm meaning to watch that I've heard is... I've heard it's similar to Black Butler. It's My Next Life as a Villainess. That one is kind of on my list right now, but also Black Butler wasn't bad, but it also wasn't something that I'd praise all the time. Bacano? No clue what it is. My cat's throwing a tantrum. She's sniffing my Switch. Please don't knock it down. Thanks, cat. Ooh, a mystery. Fancy. Well, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream in just a minute. Konosuba? Good. Very good. Haven't seen that in a while, but very good. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream in just a minute, guys. Thank you all for being here tonight. Much appreciated. If you have any last-minute comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the chat, and I'd be happy to answer. If you guys have any questions about topics I've discussed tonight or news that's happened, feel free to let me know. Black Clover's good as well, yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen Black Clover. A long time. It was good, though, from at least what I had always saw. Aren't they doing more Black Clover? Or didn't they just come out with another season, I want to say? Black Clover Season 5. Yeah. Renewed or canceled. Season 5 will not be released until 2024? Oh my god. Hey, cat. Hey. What are you doing? I think she was just about to chew a cord. Now she's looking at me like, rude interrupted me. 2024 though? That is crazy. Jeez Louise. It's rough being an anime fan, huh? Death Note is quality. I never got into Death Note. I watched some Death Note. I didn't hate it. It wasn't something that clicked with me. I'm one of those people that if I watch 2 episodes and it doesn't click, I don't watch it. A lot of things, I can at least find something in it to like. Unlike Batwoman, which clearly there's nothing there to like, or to love, or to cherish, to praise. That was absolutely garbage. It truly is. I don't know if there's any Batwoman lovers here. It's not anime, but still, it's a show, and it's relevant. Have you seen Halloween Kills? No, I have not. I need to see it. I've been meaning to see it. I need to see Halloween Kills. And Dune comes out. It's coming out a day early on the 21st, I believe, right? Because it releases in theaters on the 22nd. And then it comes out the 21st online, which, guys, I was considering going to see Dune in theaters. So I'm gonna watch it online, okay? Legally, of course. For legal reasons, clearly I'm gonna be watching it on HBO Max itself. But because I really like Dune. I'm a big fan of Dune. It's one of the few things I'd actually go to theaters to see. $23 a ticket? What do I look like? Elon fucking Musk over here? There's no way I'm going to pay $23. No shot. I'm going to pay $23 to go and see a movie. No shot. I can't. I'm not doing it. There's another theater that's like 16, which is much more reasonable. But I can't be bothered. I'm not paying $23 motherfucking dollars, okay? That is too much for me. And I support movie theaters. I support entertainment. Don't get me wrong. Maybe if I like it when I watch it online, when I watch it on HBO Max, maybe I'll be like, this is amazing and I need to see it in theaters. But we're not talking about 3D. We're talking about a normal basic bitch movie. $23. Not me. Me? Do I look like that type of person? No. I lost all interest in Dune after I heard they gender swapped Liet Kynes. Yeah, I did talk about that twice, which is really unfortunate that they decided to go in that direction. I was personally really disappointed with that choice. I'm still going to see it because, like you guys know, when I talk about a movie or a show or a game on the channel, 90% of the time, I watch it, I play it, I experience it for myself. I always try to do that because I don't want to be one of those people that talks about gender swaps, race swaps, story changes, and complains, and then I don't actually see the product at all, and I'm just empty complaining. Like, I'm complaining about something that I don't have any experience with. So, I'm gonna see Dune. I'm excited for Dune. I think it has a lot of things about it that I'm not going to particularly like, though. For me, it's hard because I like David Lynch a lot, and I thought his version of Dune wasn't perfect, okay? It definitely wasn't. And the sci-fi series also wasn't perfect either. I like the sci-fi series, though. I like them both. And I'm really hoping that this one's gonna be better, but I don't think it's going to be. We're talking about them fitting half of Dune's first book into a 2-hour movie, okay? I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts really quickly before we end stream on movies. I think what's going to have to start happening is when a movie like Dune, with lots of backstory, lots of complicated things releases, I truly think that for something like a TV show, I think that we need an episode before the real show starts explaining the content. So for something like Dune, I think Dune can only exist in a mini-series format, like the sci-fi series. I think that it has to be 5 or 6 parts, and then it ends up being like 5 or 6 hours. I think before an actual story starts for a mini-series, You have to have an episode before that explains things. Let's look at Dune, for example. Dune is very complex. You've got a lot of different characters, a lot of different feuds going on, lots of backstory. We need like a half-hour episode before the series actually starts that explains the houses. Okay, what is House Atreides? Who are the Atreides? Why are they important? Who are the Harkonnens? What are they doing? Why are they important? What's the environment of the world they're in? What are they fighting over? What's the plot of this? I truly think that we need like an episode before that explains a lot of the details. Because if you're looking at Dune and you're going in and you know nothing about it, I think that this version's going to be pretty fucking dumbed down because they want to make it a Hollywood type movie and like a big bestseller. But I think that Dune can really only work in a miniseries format. I hope this one comes out and it's good, obviously. But I think that companies need to start creating things like that. I know it's for people that know, like, the book and know Dune. It wouldn't matter for us. But if you're new, like, reading Dune, it's dense, okay? Herbert's work is very dense. There's a lot of details. There's lots of things. When you open Dune for the first time, even though this one is God Emperor of Dune, and the first Dune's down there, we're going to pretend this is the first Dune because I don't want to ruin the pile of books. When you open it, there is so much here. I don't think it can fit into a 2-hour movie. I really, truly don't. That'd be like telling me, we're gonna try to fit half of the Silmarillion into a 2-hour movie. There is no goddamn way you could fit a quarter of this into a 2-hour movie and make it coherent. I agree. Yeah, Dune is like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I don't think it's enough. But I would have preferred Game of Thrones HBO style for Dune as well. I definitely think that that could have worked much better. And clearly the format works. A lot of people really liked Game of Thrones. They liked the format. They liked the angles of the different characters and how it worked. I don't know. I read up to book 3. All of them are very good. But Dune is dense. It's something that is difficult to read and get into. It's difficult to understand the complexities of everything that's going on. And I'm not saying like anyone here is stupid because you only read up to book 3 or something. But a lot of people are only going to read a couple of the books because it's dense. And it's not like a Harry Potter where you pick it up and everything's very basic and you know what's going on instantly. It's got a lot of depth. And that's good. But I do not think it's going to translate properly into an actual Hollywood 2-hour movie. I don't see it. I don't. I'm gonna see it in a couple days. And I'll definitely give you all my thoughts on it. Jackson would make the Silmarillion into a film trilogy, more money in the trilogies. There's been talk, actually. So obviously, Amazon is doing the show, the Lord of the Rings show. Apparently, I don't remember who exactly it is that's running the Tolkien estate now. Basically said that they would only ever work in a movie format with Jackson because he's done so well with it. And apparently, according to rumors, they're considering doing some of the Silmarillion. I don't know how that's going to work. The Silmarillion is not like one cohesive story. It is also a very dense book because there's a lot of very random details in there, and every single sentence has lots of details. But I think he could do it. I mean, I really like Jackson. I think that he's done great so far. We'll have to see. Look at all these fucking dense books behind me. They're great, don't get me wrong. I have Dune, the whole Dune series behind me. I have the Silmarillion. I have the whole Witcher series. I have Fahrenheit 451, George Orwell 1984, Michael Shermer, Giving the Devil His Due. Those are the books I have behind me. Yes. Which I do need to probably clean up. Oh, I also have William Gibson, Ayn Rand. Haha, Ayn Rand. Great. Atlas Shrugged. Very controversial. If you like Dune, you might like Meta Baron's graphic novel inspired by Dune. Ooh, I actually do not know about that. Thank you for the suggestion. Interesting. I do like the Silmarillion, don't get me wrong. I just worry about writers and companies taking these stories and adapting them because we end up with situations like Cowboy Bebop over here. I like Jackson too, but The Hobbit, oof, I disagree. Very much so disagree. Listen, I really liked The Hobbit series, the movies. I like the Hobbit Jackson movies, or the Jackson Hobbit movies. That might be a little bit of a hot take. I really like them. I thought they were good. Is what it is, though. Everyone's got their opinions. Atlas Shrugged, yep. I've got the set up there. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to end the live stream here. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. I do really appreciate it. We've had some great talks about Dune, sci-fi, fantasy. We've talked about anime, which was really fun. And we talked about all the general topics I wanted to discuss, like Nintendo, Why the Last Man, William Shatner's Star Trek, George Takai, and also Cowboy Bebop. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for becoming a member tonight, TNN. Thank you for the donations, the support, Oron. Much appreciated. And I'm going to wrap up the live stream here. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. I will be streaming tomorrow again at 8 p.m. Eastern, but it's going to be a supporter-only live stream. And if you want access to it, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a member here on YouTube via memberships. I will be posting a link tomorrow in the supporter-only Discord channel. In the Discord server, obviously. I'll be posting it on the community tab. It's kind of hard to explain. Community tab here on YouTube. I can set it to members only. I'll make a post about it on Patreon. And yeah, that's what we'll be doing. I will have a new video up tomorrow. Probably on Cowboy Bebop here because I do have a lot to say on it. And yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by. Much appreciated. And have a fantastic evening, everyone.